Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. So today, let's take a look at the 2025 Cadillac Escalade Sport. Huge shout out to Randy Marion Cadillac for providing this SUV for me today. Take a look at their website, that link is down in the description. This Escalade is finished off in crystal white, and its MSRP is just over $116,000. This is powered by the 6.2 liter V8. It's paired to the 10-speed automatic, and it pumps out 420 horsepower, 460 pound-feet of torque, propelling this nearly 6,000-pound SUV from 0 to 60 in 6.1 seconds. It has a top speed of 125 miles an hour. It also has a fuel capacity of 24 gallons, and you'll expect to see 14 miles per gallon in the city and 18 out on the highway. This also has a wheelbase of 121 inches. Its overall length is 211. It has a width of 81, a height of 76, and its ground clearance measures in at 6.9 inches. Now, as we take a look at the exterior styling for this latest generation, we have some very nice features. You'll notice a lot of gloss black for this particular model with the large Cadillac badge, forward-facing camera underneath that. And then for the design of this grille, you'll notice all of the V logos, which is a nice subtle touch. This also has LEDs for all of the lighting, including a very thin strip in that upper section, which actually connects to the grille. There's all of the parking sensors, the sensor for distance pacing, and a lot more gloss black in that lower section just to give it a great look. And then there's some lines coming down the hood to finish it off. Now, this particular model does have a few options. One of the options is the 24-inch wheels with a very nice two-tone design to them. Looks great with this white. Now, you'll notice there's some crisp edges for the fender arches there. There's more gloss black in the lower side skirts. This also has a two-tone design for the power folding side mirrors, which have a camera and a turn signal. There's gloss black for the rest of the roof. It's on the roof racks too, and there's a moonroof up top. And now as we take a step back, it has a really nice design, especially with all of the edges and the prominent lines that you can see flowing all the way to the back. Now in the back, there is a body colored spoiler. There's a third brake light with the wiper blade up underneath, so that way it gives it a clean look in back. There's also a very large housing for all of the lights in the back. There's a backup camera, all the parking sensors, and then more gloss black surrounding the dual exhaust. And this can tow around 8,100 pounds as well. Now it also has remote start, so lock it and double tap that button, and you can bring it to life. If you hold that button, that is how you can shut it off. Now, with the back of the Escalade, you have two different ways to enter to get into your cargo space. There's a hidden button on this right side where you can actually open up the glass independently from the liftgate itself. So if you have some smaller items and you quickly want to do that, makes it very easy. Or just push on the Cadillac emblem itself, and that is how you can open up the power liftgate. Where this is a 3-row SUV, and as you can tell, with one down, you have a lot of space to the second row seating, and with it up, you still have an ample amount of room. So you can have this packed full of people and still have plenty of cargo space for items. Now, you do have a little bit underneath the floor. This is also equipped with the AKG audio, and then there's a power outlet on this right side, and you have the controls to raise and lower the third row. You can fold down the captain's chairs, you just have to manually put those back up. But the third row is power operating, which is of course nice to see, and it works very well. Now, as we work our way to the interior, you'll notice there's ambient lighting on the door handles, and they're actually fixed to the bodywork. There's an electronic release on the inside that you can use in order to open this up. And this model is paired with the Renaissance red leather interior. You'll notice some really nice trim accents too. There's brushed aluminum for the release handle, and if you just pull on that, that actually shuts the door. So pretty neat to see, and this even has soft closing doors, which is nice. And then there's also some storage in that lower section. And then working your way to these captain's chairs, they have a very nice design to them with that V badge up top. And then you have some controls on the side. You can use this lever here to move the seat forwards and backwards, and then you can pull on this one twice. So once to fold it flat, and you pull on it a second time, and that is how you can pop it up to gain access into the back. Now, since I have that one seat all the way down, let's work our way to the opposite side here, where it is going to be a little bit tight. Obviously, I can move this seat forwards if I needed to, but there's a lot of glass in the back, and even with the hat on, I have about 2 inches or so of headroom. So it's actually pretty spacious. You have cup holders, some auxiliaries too, and so even at 5'10", I could ride around in the back if I really needed to. And then you can easily lock this seat into place, fold it back up, and then we can slide it back from there. Now, this also has another option, which is the rear entertainment. So you can use these screens to, of course, watch some movies and just go through some of that information. You also get heated captain's chairs with all the climate adjustments in the middle. and then 2 cup holders that will pop out along with auxiliaries down below. As you'd expect, I have the same amount of headroom here, so definitely a very comfortable seat, and you can adjust the armrests there too. And of course you can walk through the middle if you need to. And then if I just pull on that handle again, that is a neat feature to see. And we have the deployable side steps as well to help you enter and exit. Now looking up front, there's memory seating adjustments, the window control, side mirror adjustments, and more storage down below. And then power operating front seats with some speakers in the headrests there. Now as we hop up front, I can just pull on that release handle and lock the vehicle, which is nice. But let's start this up, where for the latest generation, there's a massive curved screen going all the way to the passenger side. Looking at the steering wheel first, there is an illumination in the upper section for the Super Cruise when you have that active, leather for the rest of the steering wheel. And then on this right side, there's Bluetooth controls along with shortcuts to your music, you have tuning, and there's also these adjustments to go through the infotainment system. On the left side, there's the heated steering wheel. You can activate all of the different cruise control settings and distance pacing. And then above that, there's also the low range, which does allow you to activate the paddle shifters. So you can use those on both sides. But as we work our way to the gauge cluster here, you can look at the gauge. You can scroll down and get into Google Maps. So you can bring that up in full screen on the system. You can also look at your driver assistance, where it will show some information on the left and the right, and you can pull up the augmented reality camera system, so you can view that as well. So you have a good bit that you can scroll through just depending on what you would like to see with that fixed information. Now on this left side, there's all of the 4-wheel drive selectors along with the different modes that you can use for that. This also has an air ride suspension, so you can raise and lower the vehicle. There's a trailer braking system, dimmer switch for the gauges, the e-brake. You get 1 air vent above that. This also has the head-up display. And then as we work our way to the second of 3 screens up front, you have a good bit to go through with all of these icons here, like Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. You can get into the camera system. You can swipe over and view some more information there. There's also some shortcuts in the lower section. You can pull up a split view here, get into your music along with Google Maps. You can pull up your phone. This particular model has the trailering system as a shortcut down below. And the last control is actually for the glove box. So you have that electronic release to gain access into there. Now underneath that, you'll notice more air vents and the trim accent that goes to the passenger side. And then there's a secondary screen in the lower section where you can go through quite a lot. As you can tell, the climates are currently being shown right now, and you can hide away that information and pull down the head-up display. You have the glove box release. This is how you can also get into the headlights for the vehicle. There's also parking assistance. You have traction control there. And then in the lower section, there's the heated and ventilated seats. You also have this control here for more climates, where you can also get into the rear adjustments. You can get into the massaging seats along with the heated steering wheel, heated and ventilated seats. You can even get into the second row for the heated and ventilated seats, which is very nice to be able to do. You can get into the position here, so you have all of your memory seating adjustments, and then you can also get into your lights, the side steps, you have your remote, even drive, so you can go into some of this information. You also have some more for parking, and you can open the doors from the inside just pushing on the screen. So if you have passengers coming in, you can quickly open that door and they can hop right in. You have some more controls for the headlights, lane keeping assist, and you can even pull up the camera system. So as we take a look at that now, you can go through all these different angles. There's even a boat icon here, so you can pull up that view, and then you can go to the forward-facing camera. Now, in order to put this into reverse, that stalk is located on the steering column. So you have reverse up, drive is down, and then park is on the end of that stalk. So you have a lot of information that you can go through, and you also have shortcuts down below. So you can use this for the screen rather than using it as a touchscreen system, which is very nice to have within reach. There's volume too. There's also auto hold. You have climate adjustments that you can get into along with your engine start stop, and then you have a lot of storage in the center armrest. There's also storage down below and behind this screen too, where there's wireless charging. Now on this passenger side, you'll notice Escalade is lit up. If you just push on the screen, now you can get through some of this information. So you have a bunch of settings to get into, the home screen where you have your web browser, your vehicle status. You can also hook up some headphones and then shut that screen off. So pretty neat to see that. This does have a digital rear view mirror with garage door buttons. And then up top, there's also controls to fold down the back seats. You have a liftgate control, how far you want it to open. You can also adjust the sunshades and the sunroof itself, and there's dome lights there too. And then here's a look at visibility, where you do have those 2 seats over that right shoulder. You can see over the left shoulder too, but especially having the digital rear view mirror and your side mirrors. That's really going to help aid in better visibility. As we set up behind the wheel now for the new Cadillac Escalade, this is the second one I've been able to take a look at, and this is definitely a really cool, iconic SUV from Cadillac. This model here has the adaptive ride 2, which is going to give you a very comfortable and smooth ride. If you are looking for the top trim level of luxury, the Escalade is definitely known for being that iconic model from the brand. You have a lot of space in this as well. So if you're looking for basically a jumbo SUV, a large vehicle, you can pack it full of people and still have space for all of your cargo items, this is a great option to go with. And it can even tow as well. So if you need those towing capabilities, you have that. Now in terms of its power, with a slight acceleration, it sounds good. You can get up to speed. It is a heavy vehicle. It's not meant for that performance necessarily. If you want to, however, you can go with the Escalade V, which hopefully I can check out at some point if you want that supercharged power. But this has plenty of power to get up and move. And in terms of how it drives, you can't get much better than this. It's super comfortable, very well insulated, so it's quiet. You don't really hear too much road or wind noise, so if you're just looking for a really nice luxury SUV, this is a great option to go with. And then in terms of its maneuverability, even in a parking lot here, it's very easy to turn around and maneuver. So while it's a big vehicle, it's definitely easy to drive. These seats are also very comfortable. You do have an electronic adjustment on the steering wheel too, so that way you can get that in a good spot. And at 5'10", I have maybe 4 inches or so of headroom, and this is a height adjustable seat. This is about as low as it goes, so if you could probably be 6 feet tall and still fit comfortably in this. And then let's go into L mode. So you can use this control on the left side of the steering wheel, and now you have the paddle shifters here, which are somewhat responsive. You know, this isn't a performance vehicle, but they are there basically for towing situations, or if you happen to be in some gravel or off the pavement, you have those to use when needed. So they're not necessarily for performance driving unless you bump up to the V model. And so now using the mode button on the left of the steering wheel, we have touring, sport, off-road, tow and haul, and a my mode. So we're in sport mode from second gear. Here we go. And a mild acceleration, we're up to speed, so we can use the paddle shifters if you would like, or you can simply just push on the L and go back into drive. But this is what it's like to be behind the wheel for the new Escalade. Definitely has a great interior to it, lots of very nice materials, and all of the tech as you've already seen. So it's a great large SUV. You sit high up like you would be in a pickup truck, as we just passed, but it's super comfortable and very easy to drive. So it's a big vehicle, but don't let it intimidate you. It's very easy to maneuver and would make for a great daily driver. Really, if you're packing this full of people and you just want a luxury SUV, it's a great option to go with. And we'll do another acceleration just in the normal mode as we get up to speed. Definitely plenty of power for this heavy vehicle, and it just is a really nice SUV to drive. So if you're looking for a jumbo luxury SUV, Cadillac is iconic for being that top kind of king of the brand, where you have a lot of options to choose from and just a really nice vehicle for the money. So that is going to wrap it up for the Cadillac Escalade Sport. Once again, huge shout out to Randy Marion Cadillac for providing this SUV for me today. Take a look at their website, give this video a huge thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and consider smashing that subscribe button so you can stay up to date with our daily uploads. And I'll see you all in the next video.